So you mentioned that when you first started camming that it was hard for you to believe people actually liked you because of how you were bullied and how your ex treated you and talked to you. Did camming increase your confidence and help you leave that relationship? Camming didn't help me leave the relationship at all. like, no. I mean, no. Camming did not increase my confidence. I wouldn't say maybe marginally, but as time went on more and more with camming, it with certain members, it became just like another abusive relationship. You know what I mean? Like, I've spent this amount of money, so now you have to do what I say and you have to cater to me. And I don't like these girls that you're working with, and I don't like the way that you're running your show. And I don't like that I'm not getting as much attention as these people, even though I'm actively treating you like crap. I had cam models sell my personal information to crazy fans. I had stalker situations. I had my addresses leaked on the internet. I had my legal name put on the internet. I would have random things show up to my doorstep. Like, it at first, I would say maybe it helped with the confidence, but to be honest, I wouldn't say that I found much confidence until very recently. I think that there's a lot of like pseudo bullshit confidence from my past or like previous content, or kind of like you have to kind of put that facade and shell on, right, to protect yourself from the trolls and the bullshit of people. But I wouldn't really call it confidence. I think that I found confidence really, I wasn't even confident about leaving my ex. That was so incredibly hard for me because it was like I felt like I was at a point that I felt like I couldn't do anything without him, not realizing that I was the one already doing everything for both of us. Like, that's how messed up my head was getting around it. And that's why I was not in a good headspace for a very long time. Like, and even now, like I am not necessarily a super confident person. I'm confident in myself in some things, but not in most instances. I have a lot of insecurities that I'm working through all the time. I am a very, very insecure person. I've talked about this before. Like, I'm kind of like my dog Julia, where it's like, if someone's on the other side of the fence, I'll bark. I'll go, "Row, row, row, row." Oh, you take that fence away, and my tail's between my legs. Like, do you want me to tell you a story about me trying to have a confrontation at a store this trip? It was so embarrassing. It was so embarrassing. It is not a year for the podcast yet. This is going to be we're coming up on a year, but I believe it will be a year in August. So, and I think that Marie Madison is actually coming back on for the year episode. We're trying to get that planned out. So I will tell you a story time about me and a home goods store and confrontation. Story time. So you want to know about my confidence? All right. So confrontation is not my thing. I'm really bad at it. Unless it's something like men being gross, like at a grocery store or something, right? Like, I think I've talked about this, maybe not on the podcast, but in live streams, about like guys following me around and being gross and creepy. And I have no problem then being like, what? You know what I mean? And, it's whatever. But, oh my God. So I was having a down day, and the man was like, why don't we go to the store? Because it has home goods stuff, and I love home goods. I miss home goods in the States, and I love blankets and pillows and, things. And I was like, they had sale signs everywhere. 50% off, 60% off, 80% off. I was like, oh my God, deals. The Dutch in me went crazy. And so I picked out all these things I wanted. And then I get to the counter, and I had already added everything up in my head as to about how much it would cost. And it was way more. And I didn't even say anything at the counter, right? I was just like, strange. I'll just pay it because I can't possibly have any confrontation. Then I left the store, looked at the receipt. None of it was discounted. None of it. So I was like, trying to make this thing about it. And he's like, well, we'll just go back in and ask why there wasn't discounts. Maybe you have to have a membership or blah, blah, blah. And I was like, this isn't, I don't even want to deal with it. It's fine. I'll just pay. I'll just have the things. It's fine. We just have it. We can just go. Go to another store. I'm still thinking about it. And I'm still thinking, why wasn't more? Like, it's not that big a deal. And he's like, well, you don't have to deal with it. I'll go back in and I'll just figure out why. I was like, no. And I start panicking and I have a panic attack in the store. Like, I had tears thinking about confronting someone about why I had no discounts on the blankets and pillows that I had just purchased. Yeah. So the panic there was like any confrontation, right? Or the fact that my ex was also very rude and extremely confrontational to anyone and everyone, including me. So I still have those panics and those, like, I don't just have this air of confidence, and I'm way more confident in front of a camera where I don't have to actually see or look at anybody than I ever am in person. Like, I am, yeah, it's not a situation where it's like, oh, I am such a confident so-and-so. I'm really not. I am very insecure, and it's something that I'm working on, but confrontation is never any good for me. And then, so we go back to the store. He's like, I will take care of it. And he asks, and do you know how calm that entire scenario was? It was so calm. And I still felt in my head like I had done something wrong by going back and asking why there was no discount. And it also bothered me because, they did that kind of tactic where some of the things under the sign were on sale and other things were not on sale. It's that very, like, I hate that sales tactic. But anyway, I still felt like, just rubbed the wrong way about it. But I will never be the person to like if you get my food order wrong or something like that, like, I'm not confrontational in that way, and I'm not confident in my ability to handle a lot of situations, especially ones in person. Like, I just had a phone meeting with a potential sponsor, and I was panicking the entire time before the Zoom meeting. I ended up waking up way earlier than I had to because I couldn't sleep because I was panicking about it. Going on Josh Potter's podcast, didn't sleep like the entire night before that, so I was paranoid I was gonna say or do something to it up. I've done that with most situations, especially new situations and new people. Like, there's just a lot of panic and anxiety inside me that I try to quell and keep under wraps. But yeah, so that's that. And I don't know if anyone is listening because no one has said anything. I don't even know if I'm online or offline, or I don't. Hello. Hello. Don't leave me here with my thoughts. Don't. It does suck, yeah, but I'm working on it. Well, yeah, see, that's one of the things. So your screen presence is so good, I never would have thought you had confidence issues. Here's another thing about that. Like, with the job, right, and screen presence, it's acting. It's what I used to want to do when I was a kid. It was like, it was a thing I did anyway. Like, put on the different voices, put on the different faces, It's one of the things I loved about shooting mainstream adult films was, like, I get to, like, be a character. And so there's, I was very typecast for, like, a lot of Brazzers stuff. So it's like I was always, like, their hot and mean scenes because I'm really tall and everyone else is really short. And I have RBF because I'm overwhelmed with anxiety inside, so I just look angry all the time. And or maybe I just look angry because I'm overthinking everything all the time, because that's one of my biggest toxic traits. And but I loved playing that character so much, because I was like, I wish I could have this much confidence. I wish I could say things like this and like say how I'm feeling and get it all out and just be this domineering, like powerhouse woman, whatever. And I never felt like that. I still very rarely feel like that. And the times I feel like that the most are when I'm performing in front of a camera, whether it's a live stream or a film, or even doing, I mean, the podcast less so, because it's not really a performance, it's just a conversation, which is why I have a lot of nerves surrounding podcasts and things like that, because with a podcast, it's not a character, it's just me. It's me, Jessica. I'm in here. It's from TikTok. I don't know why I keep making TikTok references. TikTok has destroyed my brain. But yeah, I like the performing, because it allows me to put on, I guess, a persona or character that I wish I could feel like or actually be like. And instead, I'm just an anxious ball of nerves and insecurities.